Hi folks, it's Monday morning. The sun is shining and the sky's blue. Birds are twittering away outside and the lambs are still here in the field, probably not for much longer. So if you hear some noise in the background, that's probably it, as well as they're cutting the grass over at the in the golf course just over behind us. So I wanted to share a couple of things that's been happening for me in the last, well, probably over the last couple of weeks certainly, but the last month has been some interesting things. I have become aware that I was overstretching myself, just giving and helping other people out with lots of different things. I was leaving myself a bit depleted in energy and I was a bit stressed. I became ill. That's moving, but I'm also still aware that my energy's up and down a little bit. So it's just been a reminder of looking after ourselves and that it's actually okay to say no when I realise that I'm actually low. If my energy is, if I'm feeling a bit exhausted, it's actually good to say no. I mean, I tell people all the time about, look after yourself. You put your own life jacket on first, you put your own oxygen mask on first, and then you look at how you can support others. And sometimes circumstances mean, you might be the only one there to really step in and help. And other times people have got other people around them. But if you're the one that they usually go to help, then that's where you've just fallen into this role, and that's exactly where I am often. So, not that I'm not going to help people, but I've just taken stock a little bit about the balance of that and over giving, I suppose. So, just if that resonates with anybody, maybe that's it. Maybe you just need to hear that one today. So I hadn't had a lot of events over the course of this month, and that's really why, because I've just been quite exhausted. We did have a Soul Connections meet up recently, which was really, really interesting. I shared some stuff on the in our network about that, and we've got an event tomorrow night, Tuesday, with Lisa Dench from Modes Vintage in West Kilbride. We are going to be talking about her role in business, how she's got there, but also what's it like to actually run a business that to some people on the outside would look as, here we are, you've got a shop that sells lots of wonderful things, to being a really spiritual, awakened soul with lots of insight and other things going on, so connected to the otherworldly stuff, and not just the physical things in the shop. So I'm really looking forward to having this conversation with Lisa. It's at 7 o'clock on Tuesday night, and we're on Zoom. It's just an online one, and it's for the first time I've actually opened this out to non-members of the Big Soul Network. So if you want to share it with anybody else that you think would like to come along, just so that people perhaps can get a little taster of what it is that we do. There had been a bit of an issue on the payments page, but hopefully, fingers crossed, that's resolved. So it's free, obviously, for everybody who's a member. Another couple of things I wanted to share. I had an absolute amazing soul plan session with Jill Carndruff. And Jill, you will hear more from her, and we're going to be talking more about soul plan and the community, because it was a bit of an eye-opener. I've always loved anything that was about self-reflection and self-assessment. Way back in my old HR days, I loved it when I got into sort of personality profiling and skills assessments and things like that. Even younger, you would do the quizzes that used to be in the magazines, to kind of like to try and assess yourself and stuff. I have, looked at my astrological charts. I've looked at the gene keys, and I was interested in soul plan when Jill spoke about how she did this. She'd been doing this for a long time. And yes, it was a bit of an eye-opener. So I'll tell you more about the actual soul plan at some other point. But I wanted to highlight a couple of things that came up for me, because I'm just kind of feeling that this might be something that you maybe resonate with. The first was a recognition that I often downplay the journey that it's taken me through life to get here. Most of you will know, about having losing our son Callum to meningitis when he was 12. And that was definitely the biggest challenge. I've faced others in this lifetime, a lot to do with loss. And what sort of came out in discussion with Jill, and also me reflecting afterwards, was this sense of me being perhaps a bit humble, almost that everyone can do what I've done to come through that and to live a happy life. And I realised that it's not the norm. And me downplaying the work that I've done, the insights that I've had, and the wisdom that can come from this, not just about handling death, but about the philosophies and the connection to soul and all the opening up for me spiritually. If I don't really honour that journey and stand in my light and wisdom, then how can I ask you all to step into your own authenticity and be true to you, and really to share your wonderfulness, right? The stuff that's actually made you, and the things that you've overcome, and the challenges that you've faced, without us being stuck in the story of it, because that's really why I think I haven't always kind of gone there, or I've been quite skirt around issues, because I don't want to be stuck in the story. But the stories are what connect people, but it's not being stuck in your story. It's being able to share your story, but also share the journey and the wisdom that comes from coming through that perhaps other people, will then hear and see and resonate with. And when we're really authentically ourselves, that's when people want to come and spend time with us. So I'm being challenged to really then step into this role of authentic leadership for this community. I have got big dreams for Big Soul Network, and if I don't step in and shine and be the lighthouse and be the one that's going to bring everybody to it and share why this is important, then it's not going to work, and I won't achieve the stuff that I want to do, because I want to help you guys. So yes, it was a bit of an eye-opener to kind of recognise that I am, what's the phrase, hiding my light under a bushel. So there we are. This is the, being able to shine, honour my own wisdom, and grace, and what's here. So that's, if that's a message that you have to hear too, then there we go. Hopefully maybe something resonates. Where are you hiding your own light? And I'd love to hear, give us a message in the comments. So, and I have one other thing that I want to share just in this message. And that was something else that came at the same time on Saturday morning. Now we've got the cat. Which was that the stories that, if we're talking about story, I suppose, and the story that I tell myself, or the phrase that I repeat often that comes from my childhood, is, you never stick at anything. And that was really because, I went to gymnastics and decided I didn't like it. I went to brownies and decided I didn't like it after a little while. Tried horse riding for a while, and then decided that I'd had enough of that. And, I suppose my mum and my gran would say, oh, you never stick at anything. Usually because by that point they'd bought me the outfit and the equipment, whatever it was that you needed, and I had decided that I didn't want to go anymore. And that phrase has lived with me, right, all through my life, about me not sticking to something. But I had a real aha moment reflecting on the soul plan discussion I'd had with Jill on Saturday about the lessons and the gifts in this lifetime. And I learned really early on that change was good, that trying new things was interesting, was fun, and wasn't to be feared. Because my mum never said to me I couldn't go and do the other thing. She was just frustrated because she'd spent the money on whatever it was that I needed. So I was still encouraged to try new things. I didn't stay stuck in it because I was fearful of how somebody would react, because I wanted to change and do something different. And that's really the message, because I had been challenging myself and being aware that I have moved career again. You know, that's what it is. You know, from being invested mostly in the publishing world to really stepping into who I am absolutely authentically, bringing all the things that I love together into one place, and trying different things in Big Soul Network. So that's really why there are lots of components of Big Soul Network. There's more still to come that, you know, you maybe haven't heard about yet. Because it gives me the opportunity to have the stuff that I really love doing, and also to have change, to have new things, and for us to try new things. So yeah, maybe that's something that's useful for you too. But just stopping and reflecting and connecting in with my soul has been really, really helpful for me over the last couple of days. And yeah, I think I now know what to put on my business card that I've been struggling with, about why I've not created business cards for Big Soul Network yet. So yeah, I am off to kind of do some work around that. Hopefully this has been useful. I would love to see you, if you can, come and join us on Tuesday night, because Lisa needs our support as well to come along. You know, just come in. To imagine this is not a, it's not a just, oh, sit and watch something. It is actually about participating. I'm sure that you're going to hear some stuff that might resonate with you, but also it's about supporting Lisa in her journey, in her world, in her work, and coming together. There'll be a chance to, you know, to connect with other people on the call as well. So 7 o'clock Tuesday night, hopefully you'll be there, and I'll catch up with you very soon in the chat threads and things in Big Soul Network. And if you've got any comments, anything you like to share about this, if anything resonates with you, I'd love to hear that too. So have a wonderful week. Hope the weather stays nice, and we'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye.